Recording in progress.
And get started with some active stretching, knee to chest, nice and long, through the back, slipping it right up through the front. Around here, let's circle the leg around to the back and then to the front. Alternate legs. Keep it going. From there, let's alternate heel to butt for a nice quad stretch. Little pause, press hand to foot, foot to hand, deeper stretch, and switch. And then switch it to figure four. So just cross the ankle over the knee, take a little sit, rise up and switch. And then from there, let's stand nice and wide, slide over to one side, feet straight, and then slide it over to the other side. And then let that go. Let's come up to the arms and just swing forward and back. Fingers out as you do that. And from there, interlock your fingers, nice loose fist, and just rotate the wrists around. So nice circles here. Both directions. And then from there, we get into some shoulder rolls. Slow, intentional, up, pull back, drop it down, kind of round forward as you come up, and then pull those shoulders back and lower down. And reverse the direction, trying to open the back a little bit more, making that roll a little bit bigger, bringing the elbows around. And then from there, bring the arm up, stretch one arm over to the side, come back to the center and switch. Doing that length increase all the way from the lower back, right up through the arm. whole side of the body. All right, from there, let's come down onto all fours. And into bird dog. Focusing on both length. And the upper and lower body, palm facing in, press through the heel. Gently draw the stomach in, so nothing is sagging towards the floor. Go ahead and flip on over for some bridges. You don't have a resistance band in arm reach. Go ahead and grab that. Bring your heels in near your butt, or you can reach your fingertips towards your heels and then lift and lower. You can feel the tension all throughout those glutes. Big, top, bottom. Feet staying anchored. Giving that big toe provides a direct line up to those glutes. And the more you let it play around and think it's not important, a little bit that you're missing out on up in those muscles. Let's go ahead and gently release there. Take the band around your foot. And then just guide the legs down using a little bit of core strength with that assisted lower. And then lift it back up. Each time you come up, trying to bring it a little bit closer to your body without taking the hips up off the floor. Free leg. Coming nice and straight and relaxed on the floor. You can keep the knee bent, and foot flat. Do one more on this side, and then we'll switch to the other side. And go for 5 or 6 reps here. And then you can release that band. We're going to turn it over into the nice big high plank. Along in all areas, spreading the fingers out, lengthening through the spine, crown of the head to the tailbone, spreading those legs out. And then go fingertips to opposite shoulder, minimizing hip rotation, digging into those deep core muscles to really stabilize that pelvis, preventing that rotation. And then gently release. Any other stretches or something you need to do before we get into the main sets of work, go ahead and do that for yourself. Otherwise, we're going to start down on the floor. Some core intervals this morning. We don't need any equipment to start it out. the willing and able-bodied in mind. So you're gonna start in high plank. You're gonna go down to low plank. You're gonna push back up and you're gonna lift to downward dog. So inhale forward, exhale lower, inhale press back up, exhale lift. Just kind of making that flow for 30 seconds. Go ahead. We're nice and strong. If we warm enough, that little low plank push up. Light range of motion to start, to get deeper with each rep. Connecting the breath to movement. And gently release. We're going to flip onto our back now. Hollow hold. You can either just come into a dead running hold here or lengthen the legs, lengthen the arms. Your head down or up. And then just following out that pit of the stomach area. Find length through all aspects of the legs, the arms, right through the fingertips, right through the toes. Drawing in the pit of the stomach. Should feel this in your low back. And gently release down. Give yourself a quick hug. And then set up for right bicycle crunches. With maximizing the rotation. We're not pulling the knee to the elbow. We're really trying to get the elbow towards the knee. So more rotation. More core work when we don't pull that leg in so close. And release from there. Bring the feet back down. Heels towards, or fingers towards heels. Lift into a bridge. And just hold here. Find that fire in the glutes. Pulling your feet actively into the floor. Back is straight. Feel a nice opening on the front of the hips. If you can fire those hamstrings, you activate your feet. And gently release and let it go. That is round one. Take any stretch that you need. We're going to do that 2 more times. Where we get into the cardio set, Tabata, superset. So get ready, back to high plank, and go ahead. Inhale, floating forward, exhale, lowering, inhale, pressing away, exhale, lifting. And release. Come back down on the back. Hollow hold number 2. Find the best position for your body at this point. Eyes lifted. Chin is a little bit tucked. That does not mean to press towards the chest. That means that your neck stays long. And release, hug knees to chest, lengthen everything out in the back, and then set up for the bicycle crunch. And again. And release, bring the feet to the floor. Anchor down through your shoes, lift your hips. And just build off of what was happening last time. And feel the fire in the glutes. Top, bottom, center, big, small, small. Add to it with the hamstrings. Gonna loosen the grip on the glutes to get the hamstrings firing. Strengthen feet to earth. And release. We have one more round. That fire well stoked. Now let's come back into high plank. And go ahead. And down, inhale, press, exhale, lift. Inhale, float forward nice and long, lower it down. Up. Good, very nice. Gorgeous. And release. Make your way to your back. At your optimal position here, bend your legs if you need to, if you're starting to feel anything in your low back. Maybe bring your arms at your side and reaching forward towards your feet instead of over the head. Otherwise, keep scooping it out. Breathe. Burn your strength. And release. Knees to chest. Lengthen right down through the sacrum and then set up for the bicycle crunch. And begin. Got this. And release. All right, get ready for the bridge. Bring it right up. A little tension into the inner thighs this time, kind of this little minor equal and opposite pulling in as you pull out. You have that whole hip to knee area firing at this point. And release. Awesome. Give yourself a break. The Tabata coming up, we're going to switch between jumping jacks and plank jacks. Odd numbers, jumping jacks, even numbers, plank jacks. We get that plank in there, building off of the set we just did. Adding a little cardio to it. All right, so let's get ready. So set up for jumping jacks, pick the jumping jack that works best for you. And begin. Find a pace that works. Knowing that we have 4 minutes of work here. And release. Bring it down to the floor. Face down, your best plank here, nice and long and level, and go. Still working from that core, hips to knees too. Your breath active. And stop. Bring yourself up. And go again. And release. Move back down to the floor. Good job. And begin again. And stop. Bring it up. Play there. And go. And release. Back down to the floor. And begin. And stop. One more time for each, no problem. And begin. And release. Good, good. Last time, bring it down. And go. And release. Take a break. I'm going to move into some conditioning next, so building off of that cardio, adding in some strength. Just need one set of dumbbells for bicep curls. Would not recommend the same weight that you do if you're just doing strength training. That I would go a little bit lighter. We're going to start with a side shuffle. We're then going to do bicep curls. From there, we're going to move into fast feet, followed by a power push-up, either against the wall in standing position, or against the stool in kneeling position, followed by some running mans, finishing with a bear claw. So we got 40 seconds of work. We're going to put 20 seconds in between each move. A minute on each exercise. For 7. All right, so let's go ahead. Side shuffle and begin. We use whatever space you have in your room. Get down in that athletic stance with those legs bent, hands ready. Strong legs. You got 10 seconds. All right, and stop. 20 seconds, and we start bicep curls. So go ahead, pull those shoulders back. Find that strong stance here, and go ahead. We get those arms just a little bit away from the torso. Remember, we don't want to hug our arms into the side of the body. It's taking away from that bicep work. Stomach right in, get nice and tall here. 5 seconds. And set those weights down, just side top it out. Keeping things active. Next is going to be fast feet. And begin. In, again, down in that athletic stance. Bringing that chest a little forward. Keeping it strong. Halfway there. And just tap it out. Next is going to be that power push-up. Releasing the hands from the wall, from the bench. Let's go ahead and get ready. And begin. Belly button to spine. Pelvis is steady, not bobbing in and out as we do that push up and push away. We want it to be nice and stable. And stop. Awesome, awesome. You're gonna stay down on the floor because the running man is next. Got 40 seconds on each leg. That front leg nice and bent the whole time, back leg long. Go ahead, step it in, step it back. Trying to stay nice and long through the back. Really focus on keeping a nice bent front leg. And then a nice consistent movement of that back foot in and out. Ten seconds. Good. And release. Go ahead, take a knee. Still got 10 seconds before we go. So get ready. And begin. Ten seconds. Awesome. And release. Good work. You're gonna stay down on the floor. Last one is the bear crawl. So use your space, move however you need to. If you can go just forward, great. If you need to go forward and back, great. If you want to add a little side to side, you can do that. Come up, knees down, back level, stomach in, one hand in opposite foot. Keeping your hips as low as you can. Fifteen seconds. Drop those hips, keep those knees bent. And release. Take a break. We're going to finish things out with another Tabata strength training. We get 6 moves for 8 sets, so we're going to do a couple things twice. We've got leg curls. We have a low to high chop. There's a little bit of a lighter weight for that. We're going to do a deadlift, a chest press with a twist, and walking lunges. Not necessarily in that order. Go ahead, get a variety of tools for this one. You only do have the 10 seconds to transition. All right, so leg curls are going to be first. So go ahead, come on down. And begin. And release. Coming up to standing. We're going to do the low to high chop. So sit into your legs. Straighten the legs as you chop diagonally across the body. The arm that comes across the body is straight. The other one's going to stay a little bent. Awesome. Release. Get ready on the other side. Lift everything up and go for it. After this is going to be the deadlift. Dumbbells or kettlebell, go ahead and switch. And begin. Come back or not come back, but come to the floor, get ready for the chest press twist. Go ahead. Turn everything in as you press up and out as you go down. And release. Let's bring it up for walking lunges. And begin. Back to the side on that stepping leg. Press to the front heel. And release. Back down to the floor for another set of the chest press. And begin. And gently release. Coming up, we're going to do the deadlift again. And go. And release. Take a break. We're going to do all of that again. We're going to mix up the order. Mix up the exercises that we did twice. Switch your weights if you want. All right, let's get it going. So we're going to start with the walking lunges this time. Grab those weights and go ahead. Shoulders back, nice and tall through the torso. Knees centered. And release. Let's go to the chop. And begin. Low to high, starting in a low position in the legs, straightening up to a high position as you chop the weight across the body. And gently release. Bring it over to the other side. And begin. And release. Leg curls. And go. And stop. Let's stay down on the ground, go to the press. And begin. And switch, deadlift. And go. And switch, going back to walking lunges. Go ahead. So I'll finish with the walking lunges and then the dead or the leg curls. Go ahead and switch back to leg curls. And begin. And release. You're gonna stay right down there. Go single knee to chest stretch. Pull below the kneecap or behind the leg. Out, pull it up, pull it in. And rotate that foot around. Great job. Checking all the boxes. Go ahead and send that leg away. Bring the other one in. Go ahead and send that leg away. Come on up to a wide seated position. Get up on top of the sit bones. You can either bring your hands to your legs and stretch your chest forward, feeling that stretch in the inner thighs and hamstrings, or you can reach your hands right out in front of you, expanding through the side body while still feeling the stretch in the same area of the legs. Saturday is bar at 8 a.m. this week. Spinning still at 7. Go ahead and release that. Coming up, bring the legs together. Stretch your arms up and then reach for your toes. Beginning back, untuck that tail, lengthen forward, so that more direct hamstring stretch here, little stretch in the low back. Opening the back of the pelvis. And go ahead, let that go. And that is a wrap. Nice big breath in overhead. Exhale down.